Hi Steve, we're both at Online Information 2008 and you've done a panel session, but I think you're a bit squeezed on time for the other piece. So can you tell us anything about what you might have said if you had the time?
I was going to do a case study on the community practice stuff for local government, sort of starting from how we actually got management engaged, how we actually got the people to start joining these communities, the lessons learned, i.e. what went well, what didn't. I actually did prepare a presentation for that, and but things have been swapped around, and I'm actually going to be away for a meeting. So good old Ed has stepped in, and he's actually going to do that bit for me. So
I've just been interviewing Clay Shirky, and I asked him at the end if you wanted to explore how social media brings real-world change, how would you do it? And he said, actually do encourage people to tell stories about what didn't work.
Yeah, actually, unfortunately I missed Clay Shirky. I always find human nature a bit perverse in the fact that they're always more interested in the things that didn't work than the things that did. And we learn just as much, if not more, out of the things that didn't work. So,
have you got some good stories anonymised of what didn't work?
Yes, there was when we one of the things we did. I mean, one of the pilots we started before we actually got started on the main community practice platform. There was. I'll have to anonymise this. Somebody wanted very quickly a community set up on Drupal because they wanted a particular a theme on efficiency to be run, and they wanted to get people started engaging communities. He forced people to join this community, i.e. he compelled people through power and control. And as we know, you can force somebody to join these communities, but you can't force them to collaborate. And it died a death. It was, unfortunately, it wasn't a lot of money wasted. I mean, we didn't spend a lot of money actually on the platform itself, but I think it was a lesson learned from the point of view that if you do want people to connect and collaborate, first of all, there's usually already a community out there. The technology is not going to make an awful lot of difference in creating a community. There's already something there. And secondly, that you can't force people into these things. They do it because they see there's some value in it for them or for the greater community. It's no good telling people you are going to join a community, or if you do that, just don't expect them to collaborate.
So you have to follow the human enthusiasms of where people are, what they're interested in, and technology can't really be used to coerce people.
Definitely not. I mean, technology is good and it's there to actually help when people are separated by space or time, and it's actually helpful in keeping conversations flowing, but it is certainly not a vehicle by which somebody can create a collaborative community.